It's so nice to finally be able to sit down and relax for a little bit. You know, after the release of Tears of the Kingdom, I just wanted to sit down, really get involved in it, and appreciate what we already have. There's no real need to get super excited about any games yet.
Oh, God damn it! Woo! Persona 3 Reload, baby! My God, it's happening! If you haven't shot your evoker yet, by God, this is going to be a great opportunity. Although I still stand by the fact that Persona 5 is the best all-around game, Reload definitely has the opportunity to dethrone it. And that's saying something. Persona 3 has the darker, more feels-hitting story, deeper characters, honestly, better overworld music, but the physical attack system made the gameplay loop a ton of fun, giving different types of physical attacks to each party member. It really makes you think a little bit more about what characters are in your party. Anyway, these new updated graphics, sick. New UI, super stylish. Better 3D scapes, clean. I guess they really didn't remake all the models just for a dancing game. Then again, it seems like they're making it again from the ground up. And that's crazy. Who knew that an impressive looking Yukari render that leaked a long while ago would actually be real? I thought we were just getting another Smash 4 Rayman. So, humbly, here's a nerd's rendition on why you should hype up the Dark Hour. Yes, I really just want to talk about this. Even through the smallest glimpse of scenery, cutscenes, and battle segments, it's easy to see just how much work is embedded in this remake. With similar run animations and world generation, it's easy to see how similar this new engine is to Persona 5. This implies that the entire map, spanning from Iwatodai Dorm to the top of Tartarus, was recreated from the ground up to fit Unreal Engine 5. Even in something as simple as a school hallway, the camera focuses on the protagonist, centering him in the frame, again similar to that of Persona 5. This not only makes the world feel a little more real, but allows the developers more creative license within the world itself. Although Persona 3 and Persona 3 Fest follow the protagonist, it's easy to see how much more immersive a setting can be when compared to Persona 3 Reload's set design. The crisp, active interiors and more streamlined UI aspects really begin to tell the player how to exactly proceed. Something as simple as adapting the world to feel closer and more intimate really begins to show how much the Persona series has changed, and especially how great it can be to recreate a past staple. Not to mention the graphics. Obviously, graphic technology has evolved since 2006 and has created a much more compact yet expansive way to code textures into the game. With such deep-cutting storytelling, the cinematic aspects of this game are only going to flourish more when redone. Technology has really come a long way, and when looking back on a somewhat geometric model of the PlayStation 2, it's easy to see just how much love the Persona team is putting into this game. The new world, models, settings, lighting, and graphics are all faithful recreations with higher, more impressive standard of quality compared to that of modern gaming. Really, this game is going to be able to flourish. Perhaps the largest difference many can spot in the trailer is the new elements of the user interface, be that menus or character sprites. Both have been completely revamped, similar to Persona 5 Royal style, while still staying true to Persona 3's characters. Though Persona 3 Portable did its best to capture the spirit of character sprites with what it had at the time, the bright and revamped aesthetic of Persona 3 Reload really helps characters like Kenji express emotion. The emphasis on the face, reminiscent of modern ATLUS titles, really helps to draw out the characters, and the text bubble helps conversations stick to the game's overall stylistic theme. The sharp edges really pull a lot of what worked from Persona 5 into a new world, while keeping the serene blues of Persona 3. Menus are getting revamped in order to engage a player in a little bit of symbolism, but with deeper, more thoughtful twists to reflect the mental aspects of Persona 3's main story. The use of the three main colors, being white, blue, and black, to bring out the flow of water in this menu seems to reflect that of Persona 5, but with a more reflective, calm tone, courtesy of the rest of Persona. It may be simple, but even the upside-down protagonist bleeding into a larger menu seems to reflect the deep thoughts of the game's story, while the uneven text keeps the feeling of suspense seen throughout the game. It's simple stylistic choices like these that made Persona 5 pop, and reflect a really urgent, rebellious vibe of the Phantom Thieves. Using similar elements, Persona 3 Reload seems to utilize what may seem like basic menus to tell a story within itself, and it establishes tones of deep thought and strategy brought up by Cease.
君はね確かにあの時私のそばにいたいつだっていつだっていつだってすぐ横で笑っていたなくしても取り戻す君を I will never leave you
If nothing else, the reason the Persona community is so up in arms about this upcoming game is because of the memories many had founded from the original games. It's easy to know just how amazing the Tower of Tartarus story is, because we've seen it before, just not this well done. Returning characters such as the fan favorites Junpei Iori, Yukari Takaba, Mitsuru Kirijo, and many more only serve to heighten the senses of prospective players. The deep stories, honest problems, and genuine emotion captured our hearts once, and aim to once again. The story is already worthy of high scores, and with a deep emotional impact only made more powerful from experience. With the improvements of modern systems and games, it's undoubtedly going to appeal to a much wider audience than the original Persona 3 titles. Not to mention my personal favorite part, the music.
I never felt like so miserable. I never felt like thinking this would last forever. Baby, stay with me.
Seeing Lotus Juice return in the trailer with a new track to fall in love with only makes this entire game's aesthetics flourish. Sampling the classic theme of Tartarus, it's only a given that fans both new and old would swoon again over the tracks. Seeing new ones along with the classics such as Burn My Dread, Iwatodai Dorm, and Mass Destruction is what all Persona fans could previously only dream of. If nothing else, the reason I want to come back to this game is because of Lotus Juice. However, this game is like no other. My personal favorite in the series. It's more upbeat than the jazz of Persona 5, but its hip-hop pop vibe isn't as overbearing as Persona 4. While it is significantly too early to truly form a complete opinion on an upcoming remaster, it's safe to say the excitement is through the roof. With remakes such as Resident Evil 4 and Final Fantasy VII Remake redefining what a remake can be, it seems like Persona 3 Reload has a giant door that it can enter. Though we know so little, the thought of being faithful to the source material while still using modern game mechanics is a sight many Persona fans thought they may never see. I mean, ATLUS's reputation on remasters does kind of precede them, especially with Persona 1 and 2 on the PSP, but honestly they have a lot more to work from here, so giving them the benefit of the doubt isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, we can't really say anything until the game actually releases. How will it change? Will the social links reflect the bonuses of confidant pathways? What characters are going to be the best in this new build? Do we get a direct command of our party members? Will ATLUS fix the somewhat imbalanced final boss? Who knows? All that fans can do now is wait and get some rest while we wait for that clock to hit midnight. I truly have to praise just how excited ATLUS can get me. Even though my entire life is engaged in right now, stacking up 180 hours quicker than I ever have, ATLUS managed to get more out of my brain and onto a page, now into a video while playing my game of the year in between. Anyway, getting back to Persona, I genuinely think ATLUS has its thing down. I mean, their rough porting and remaking past precedes them, but from the content we keep getting on this topic, this could really turn out to be the best way to tell an increasingly powerful story in a familiar world. And I mean, Iwatodai Dorm has indirectly become this channel's theme song. So my friends, take your time and remember to appreciate the friends you have. I'll see you in the next one.